Godot has been producing some genuinely great games, but it's still an underdog game engine. However, this year is shaping up to be one of the best yet. Here are 10 of the most promising Godot games of 2026. First up is Slay the Spire 2 from Megacrit, the ultimate roguelike deck builder returning for a brand new challenge. The Spire has awakened after 1,000 years, hungrier and more dangerous than ever. And you'll need sharper strategies, cunning, and perseverance to survive. New characters join the climb alongside familiar faces, each with unique cards, motives, and secrets. No two runs are ever the same, and the all-new co-op lets you tackle the Spire with up to 3 friends, discovering multiplayer-specific synergies and powerful team combos. Early access launches March 5th in 2026. Next, we have PVKK, short for Planetenverteidigungskanonenkanonen by Bipinbits, who also made the very famous Dome Keeper. Think of it kind of like a physics-heavy artillery game meets planetary defense in a sort of retro-futurist cassette punk diesel punk aesthetic. Yeah, that's a mouthful. You're controlling a massive cannon defending a planet, and the vibe is very niche, but it's also very tactile and mechanical, which gives the game a super unique charm. It's coming in Q3 in 2026, but we'll see. Road to Vostok is a hardcore single-player survival game set in a post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. You have to survive, loot, plan, and prepare to cross the border into Vostok, a permadeath zone where one mistake can end it all. It's developed by a single guy and has some of the most high-fidelity 3D graphics built in Godot so far. This game really proves that Godot can handle serious, ambitious 3D shooters with impressive graphics. The release date is TBD, but early access is coming on April 7th. Another game about automation is exactly what it sounds like. It's a factory building sim all about logistics and scaling production chains. It's obviously targeting the Factorio crowd, but in Godot, which is still rare for this level of complexity. But planned release date is March, and it's definitely one to watch. PNEUMA from Gravity Grid Studios is an upcoming co-op game built in Godot. Think of it kind of like Phasmophobia, but in space, where you and your friends must use your equipment to detect, identify, and exile entities in service to your tyrannical leaders. It's set within a colonial space age where you navigate a collection of abandoned, bloody, and broken spaceships. Don't die, or worse, get possessed. It stands out for its tense multiplayer focus and already polished 3D presentation, showing just how far Godot can go. The release date is, however, to be determined, but it's looking really good, and you should check out the development process during this year. Vital Shell is a science fantasy top-down arena shooter with a very distinct PSX-era look and an ambient jungle soundtrack. You take control of one of 5 fantasy archetype mechs and battle relentless waves of enemies across desolate, dreamlike arenas. The game shines in its fast and satisfying runs, each about 20 minutes to reach the stage boss, and the depth of customization, letting you equip weapons, abilities, and traits, socket gems for unique effects, and experiment with thousands of build combinations. It's visually striking, mechanically rich, and a perfect example of how Godot can handle ambitious, performance-heavy projects. It was released January 7th this year, so you can already play it. I really recommend you check it out. Children of Kronos. This game is a fantasy action game being developed by a fellow Godot YouTuber, Stay At Home Dev. While there's no release expected in 2026, it's shaping up to be a very promising project. I really like the game's movement. It's fast and fluid, and it's kind of unique too. It has very responsive combat with a very satisfying weight and flow. Combined with what will be stylized visuals and the way it leverages Godot's capabilities, it's a title that's already standing out and definitely worth following. I have huge faith in the developer. Pluto is a roguelike deck builder with a darkly humorous twist. You play a not-so-heroic wizard trying to make it to your niece's birthday on time. Every turn is a brazy mix of finger-drawn spell sigils, bone-cracking combat, and a strategic spellcraft that rewards clever play. The world is beautifully hand-drawn and full of grotesque monsters and cursed ruins, and the combat is appropriately gory. With multiple playable characters, ascending difficulty levels, and about 1-hour runs, it's a title that grabs you immediately. Pluto is set to release on Steam on March 9th. Gambler's Table is an indie incremental game that first grabbed my attention with the free demo launched on itch.io. It's addictive right from the start, with a satisfying progression loop and clever mechanics, not to mention the nice looking Godot cosmetic hats that you can get. The game still needs some balancing, but aside from that, it's extremely fun to play and really shows how truly polished Godot games can feel. It was released on Steam on January 11th, so check it out. Finally, we have Tearscape. This game is a 2D top-down action-adventure with a gothic, kind of Game Boy Color-inspired aesthetic. You'll explore a dark, interconnected world filled with branching paths, hidden dungeons, and secret shortcuts, all while mastering precise, fast-paced combat where every strike and dodge counts. Face grotesque bosses, uncover powerful tools and abilities, and interact with a cast of NPCs whose guidance, or hidden agendas, shape your journey. It's challenging, atmospheric, and incredibly rewarding, showing just how well Godot can handle these story-driven, stylized games. Tearscape is already out and it released on Steam on February 2nd, so I recommend you give it a play. That's the list. Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited about, and if you want to see more Godot content, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.